Hi guys, the main motivation for this video is to alert you about the currency risk as well as currency volatility risk when it comes to investing in non-US equity market. So since a few months ago, especially after President Trump announced reciprocal tariff, a lot of investors in the US decide to sell away American stocks and they began buying into some European or emerging market index such as DAX index of Germany and for example the one defense company in Germany like Rheinmetall enjoyed almost 1,000% return, yeah, especially after the Russia-Ukraine war. And but this video is designed to introduce or, if you already know, alert you and remind you about the currency risks, especially currency valuation when it comes to investing in foreign asset. So this thumbnail comparing the two plots, left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side is currency uh, before currency adjusting, the local currency based performance of emerging market and the European stock index, like India Sensex index. And right hand side is after adjusting the US dollar. I mean, after converting to US dollar from local currency. So, for example, for the last 21 years of history, India Sensex index performance in local currency, Indian rupee, was over 1300 percentage. However, if you convert Indian rupee to US dollar, I mean, after the currency conversion to US dollar, you can see that the 1300 percentage in local currency goes down to 630% in US dollar. So likewise, if you convert Japan's Nikkei index performance to US dollar, 208% goes down to 135%, right? So this is a very good example of the currency risk, especially during the recessions. Local currency out of the US tend to plunge more than US currency. US currency becomes actually safety haven. So US currency become more expensive, dollar become more expensive, but other non-US dollar currencies become much cheaper, especially during the recession because of the safety haven the issue. So let me explain using some more larger graph. And for your information, I got the data from Yahoo Finance, which is free. And all graph plots are made with a Python, and there it's easy to find the Python script if you do Google or the ChatGPT, and it's not difficult to get it. Everything's free. You don't need to pay from your pocket for nothing. Okay. Again, from 2004 April until May 2025, India Sensex index enjoyed 1,300% performance, and Nikkei index 209% if I round up. And Europe stocks index 600 is 121%. And around the 21 years ago, euro was very expensive. Euro was almost double US dollar, right? And now it's almost equal value because Europe's economic future is not as bright as the US. So the euro currency has been devaluing gradually since 21 years ago and so far, right? So now, if you convert this local currency performance to US dollar, and you can see that India Sensex index 1,300% return in local currency, India rupee, is equivalent to 633% in US dollar, right? And Nikkei almost 200% down to 135%. Also, European the index Stoxx 600, which is the index composed of 600 largest Western European companies. It was 120%, but again, 21 years ago, euro was almost double value of the US dollar. But now it's 110%, right? And also another thing I want to show you is during the recession, 2008-9, the Great Recession, and also during the 2020 coronavirus recession, local currency lose value more than US dollar, right? So there is a two risks. One risk is again the currency risk, currency devaluation. Another important risk is during the recession, the non-US currency lose value faster and more than US dollar or other currencies actually, right? That's why you have to consider two risks, currency risk as well as currency volatility, especially during the recession. So this is a good example that, especially for American investors who are fleeing from US market and buying into European or other emerging country stock equity market indexes, you have to consider these two risks. And this graph is comparing local currency based major indexes, including S&P 500. So S&P 500 for the last 21 years enjoyed 410% roughly, right? So this is just less than 1/3 of the India Sensex index in local currency. Again, the 1,330% in India rupee is equivalent to 600 something percent, right? And also considering huge the currency volatility during recessions, maybe it's still better to keep investing in US market rather than investing in the local emerging market index or other even Western European index. Hopefully this video give you some insight and fun and alert about the two risks, currency risk as well as the currency volatility. Thank you very much.